genius of rock and roll.
Well, hello and welcome to the Daily Atheist Morning Show. I am your host, the amazing Super Chris Mallard. That's me. Thank you. Welcome for joining me. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the show. It's Friday. We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna hit Rion up for some sci-fi. Of course, you know that's gonna happen. And we're gonna talk about other things. One of the things we're gonna talk about is the show topic, of course, whatever that may be. Oh yeah, is blaspheming a sin, or should it be illegal? It's kind of a weird question to ask this crowd, but we'll talk about it in a minute. We'll be back.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right, we are back. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. My co-host Rion, the amazing Super Rion, she's here. She'll be up here in a minute. She's off doing stuff, Rion stuff. You know how it is. Have you guys had a good week? Been a pretty good week for me. I got a lot of shit done. I don't know about you, but I got a lot done. Good morning. Oh. Good morning, better than Ember. Good morning, Ember. You know, I don't know if y'all know this, but after the stream is over, it'll automatically kick you over to Ember's stream, so don't miss that. Let's see here. Zarkraz kicking in the door already this morning. And good morning, John Hudson. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, John. I hope you're having a great day so far. And I hope you're ready for a wonderful weekend. Yeah, we've got some things going on. Like I said, Miss Rion will be here. We'll be talking about, let me get this up over here, make sure everything's going okay over here. We'll be talking about sinning and blaspheming and all that business. We joke about it all the time, which is blasphemy. But, you know, somebody's got to do it, right? You know that old saying, if you don't sin, then Jesus died for nothing. Right? So today we're talking about why the hell was invented. Ooh, that's a good one, Ember. That's a good topic, I think. You know, I have my opinions on that. Of course, I believe it was invented as a stick as opposed to the carrot, you know, a way to scare people into believing or not leaving the faith. You know, you can leave, but you'll burn in hell forever. That sort of thing. Let me see if I can bring up. Oh, she's almost here. Ready? She got her met. There we go. It's me. C'est moi. There we go. Boop and boop. There she is.
Hi. I have a dog.
You do have a dog. I've heard that about you.
I have a pickle between my legs.
I've heard that too about you. Yes. I've seen the OnlyFans.
She stole my spot. She is, I don't know, she's well-renowned for stealing people's spots. If you get up, she'll steal your seat. And she's, baby, I got to move in. Okay, well, I might just have to sit here for a hot minute.
So move your meat, lose your seat is the situation around your house. Understood.
Yes,
Understood.
that is the sitch.
Gotcha.
Hi, everyone.
Good morning, Rion. For those of you who have not heard yet, Rion is going to be, her schedule is changing. She's going to be with us Mondays and Thursdays starting next week. So Tuesdays, I will have Kelly Laughlin with me, kicking up the dust, because, you know, Kelly's here anyway, as long as his health, because Kelly's health is...
Yeah,
he's got health issues, you know. We're praying for you, Kelly. But you know, there's that. So I mean, it'll be me alone Wednesday and Friday as it stands now. Is this live? It is, Paul. Robert Paul Champagne. That's kind of a cool name, actually. Good morning, Robert. Mr. Champagne. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Non Sequitur Aaron. I hope you're having a good day. We just started the show, in fact, just getting things kicked off. We don't start normally taking calls until the bottom of the first hour, so about 25 minutes before we open the phone lines. For those who are interested, we're streaming on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Discord. Ha! I knew it. Discord. Yes, so we're doing the Discord thing, and everything seems to be running right. We blessed it. We prayed over it. I did the Jedi mind trick on it. And so, yeah, I know. It seems to be working so far. Right.
All right. Well, I mean, as long as we don't have to sacrifice any animals.
True. Very true. Well, yet. We do have the ghost scented flesh candles for those of you who are, you're tired of sacrificing animals to the lard. I'll play that commercial this morning. That'll be our first commercial. Beard of Empathy. I was feeling blasphemy earlier, but I managed to cough it out. Obelix 516. I hope I said that right. Good morning. It says good morning, Chris.
Chest.
Good to your chest.
Blasphemy.
God is here. I get it. I didn't even get it. I get it now. I'm slow. I'm running the show. That's my excuse. That's always my excuse. I got lots of, screens up. That's why if I can't keep up, it's my screens. John, Robert Paul, that is very cool. I just started streaming to Twitch, TikTok. Damn it. To TikTok. So I'm still learning what all the stuff is. And so I appreciate you being there. Thank you. Black Sheep is hot. Good morning, Gerald Salente. Could answer that better than anyone on the freaking planet. Ooh. What was the question?
Right.
Is this live? That's the only question I remember. I don't know.
As far back as I can go.
Let's find out. Gerald, is this live? Okay, thank you. Has anybody ever sacrificed? Oh yeah, I want to mention. I sent. I was doing some trading, and I was having. So I wasn't having a lot of luck with the trading. I'm teaching myself how to trade. Paper trading, of course, for those of you who care. And but then I kind of turned the day around. I sent the wife a message saying, I wasn't doing too good, and then I sacrificed a baby. And then in parentheses, I put bell cheese, those little baby bell cheese things.
Oh, you the little peely cheese.
And then my luck turned around. That's what you get. But trust me.
Maybe you just have to have that name in it. Doesn't necessarily mean the thing.
Maybe. Maybe. But trust me, I did not sacrifice it to Moloch. No Moloch in my house. Fuck a bunch of Moloch. If you know, you know. Anyway, David, good morning. Our atheists are pious people. Yeah, I guess so. That's painting with a wide brush, isn't it? Good morning, everyone. Let's see. Rion, so while I've got you this morning, for those of you who don't know, Rion has been coming along on a journey of science fiction for quite a while now, a little over a year and a half, a year. And currently you are watching, what is it again you're watching now?
We were watching Resident Alien, but we've finished it now. I think we've watched all 4 seasons. So
Gotcha.
I'm guessing there's a next season. I hope.
Okay, so here's my thoughts on this. I could be mistaken. I do get mistaken. You know how they revive shows? They revive shows all the time. However, 4 seasons was all they wanted. That's all they planned. It was a wrapped up story.
Oh, okay.
It was complete and done. So, they may bring it back. But as we know, now you'll see, I say that because you'll see on Facebook is like, if we get 1,000 likes, they'll get a 5th season or some shit. I'm like, no. Don't even, because
always do that weird stuff.
It don't happen. If it, at this point, it'll be, I don't know, like the Orville. The Orville has had weird seasons. My hair looks so weird. The Orville has weird, there you go. Oh, you can't see me? Can't you see me?
No, for some reason I can on YouTube, it looks clear, but for some reason on my screen with you, it's always garbled.
Oh, that's because in order to save the stream bandwidth, there's a little camera underneath me or a little something there. I don't know. It's a thing. Let's see. Butterscotch pecan with graham cracker crust. Oh my goodness gracious. Pie. I love pie. Pie is delicious.
Pie.
Pie. I'm a
Who
pie
likes
and ice
cake?
cream.
I don't like cake. I like pie.
I'm not a cake man. I'm a pie and ice cream guy myself. Not much on cake. Yeah.
Pie, ice cream, with
Yes.
warmed up pie.
So what are you going to watch next? Do you know what's next?
What did we start watching? Oh, we started watching Halo for some strange reason.
Halo.
Yeah, and I like it. I like it.
Okay.
Don't ask me why, but I like it.
It may be good. Do you know anything about the Halo story? Have you ever played any of the games?
I played the original game, but after that, I didn't play any others. But I was really into it at the time.
Cool. So me too. I played quite a few of the games. I played the multiplayer games. I enjoyed it. I had fun. And I want to watch the Halo series. Some people I think were disappointed because they maybe show his face or something, but I don't care about that. I'm not going to be upset about that. I'm not going to let that stop me from watching this show.
And I think the plot could even be a little different. I'm not sure.
True. There's a question in the chat from Scotty. Says, have we talked about Firefly animated yet? We haven't talked about that. Have you heard about it, Ryan?
I don't remember hearing about it.
Okay. So there's been these commercials going around. It's been the cast of Firefly making these dropping these hints, talking about like Firefly's coming back, and I'm all about Firefly. I love me some Firefly. Yay. And so they're bringing Firefly Black back, but it's going to be in comic cartoon form. It's going to be a cartoon, I think.
Oh,
Yeah, and so, yes. So, although it's bringing our world back. And all the original actors are coming back, except for obviously Ron Glass, book shepherd who died. But I dig it. I appreciate it. I'm glad it is something. It's not nothing. But I was really hoping for a live action reboot. I really was. I would have enjoyed that. I mean, so I was sad. I'm very sad.
Yep.
Very sad. So
disappointing. I'll check it out though. I will check out the animation just to see how.
Oh yeah.
How it does, if it piques my interest or not.
Very true. Let's see here. I'm just kind of catching up here in the chat. Yeah, I have to say it's a little bit Firefly in the, but we get what we get, and I'm glad to have it. So look, see, that's the same thing. Scotty says mixed feelings. Me too. # me too. Just kind of, you know what I mean? It's I'm excited that it's coming back. And that's that. Yeah. I really wish I could. Yep. I've come up with an idea how they could get Wash back into the show logically, and I wish I could get that to Nathan Fillion and go, "Hey, here's this idea." Because I like Wash. Because Wash they could get Wash back. They could get him back.
I know.
I
really, really, really like it. Yeah. I like his. I don't know. I like his characters. Because I don't know. For some reason, I like him, but I don't even know him. So he could be like a complete asshole. So
yeah, Alan Tudyk, my understanding, is a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He goes way back too. He played, I think it's in The Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger. Yeah.
Oh, for real? I remember that. Yeah. Wasn't that one of the movies that made Heath Ledger like really popular at the time?
I think so. I think it was. I think so. Yeah.
He's Rip, right? Rip.
Heath Ledger, yes. He was doing the Joker when he passed. He just finished the Joker when he passed. Yeah. So
yeah, that's right.
Right-handed Sith, you're a bad person. It's nice to see you again, Mark. It's been a while, man. You've been hiding. Says, how do Reavers clean their spears? They run them through the wash. Indeed, they do. You're a bad person.
That was mean.
That was indeed mean. So
that's funny.
It is funny. Elcars 2006. Thank you for joining us. Awesome in the Doom Patrol. I don't think I've ever seen Doom Patrol. It's probably better than ever. # too soon. That's a good question. Is Josh Whedon involved or not involved? And there's I mean, I have to say I love a lot of his work. I didn't know that he was a douchebag, that he was a start to finish misogynistic, asshole, pressure women, intimidate them on the set until they cry kind of douchebag. I didn't know he was that kind of guy.
Right?
Yeah, I know. So I don't know if he was involved in that. It says, Scotty says he was not involved. That makes me happier. That makes me more happy. Because I want to like it. You know, and I believe he's the creator, so it doesn't matter. If you like Firefly, regardless, you're going to give him money. It doesn't matter. But if he's directing it, it's more about him. But if he's just, you know, he's just a creator, the original creator. It's called a lance.
Well,
What's that? A lance. A lance.
so lance. Which? Yeah, I know. But what's it has quotes. What's the?
Oh, I don't know.
The quote?
I don't know.
It said not involved, so it must be from something else.
It must be. Oh, great. Okay, great storyteller. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're talking about Joss Whedon. Yeah. I didn't find out. It was one of my favorite Avenger movies. Was the first one, The Avengers. And that was the one he created. And I was excited and I liked it. And it's one of my favorites. And it was just after that. I think he was doing, don't tell me I know this one, Batman versus Superman, I think. And he was doing that one whenever there was drama on the set and it came out that there was that the one? Or was it?
Well.
Huh?
I didn't know he did those as well.
Yeah, I think he was doing one of them. It was something happened. Something happened. Ooh, S. Baraxney says, Christ is King. Hope you have a blessed day. Thank you, I guess. Are you just bouncing? Are you staying to talk? Are you going to bless, visit? Just kind of curious.
I am bathed in the blood of Jesus.
Isn't that disgusting? Wait, is it O positive blood that you're bathed in? Oh.
Yeah, just in case. In case. I wouldn't want any bad reaction.
And it's got to be like fresh blood, because if it's old at all, it starts to coagulate. A Knight's Tale.
Yeah, I want like Terry style.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You want to fresh out the pig. Right, understood. Understood. Gotcha. Let's see here. Christ is cringe, says Mr. Peabody, the skeptic. Dollhouse I've never seen, but Better Than Ember says it was pretty amazing. And that's another one. He sucks, but his work is often stellar. That's, I mean, yeah. I can't say I disagree with that. Everything. I was so sad when I found out that, I was so sad.
I know it's so it's difficult to deal with, to ration with. Like, what do I do with this information?
Oh, and there's something else about getting older, being part of the older crowd, the boomers. We're Gen X, but the boomers are right. But being part of it and seeing some of our heroes be heinous, ugly people. Or support heinous, ugly people. It's just, oh man, it's kind of like, I'm thinking specifically of Kurt Russell shilling for Donald Trump, last week? Or some business, I don't know. Some business, he was part of it. Kurt Russell did those kinds of things really bother me. There's been some of them like James Woods. James Woods is a full-blown right-wing nutbag. James, if you're watching, sorry. But, yeah, some of our people who
the MAGA type?
Yeah, just kind of disappointing. It is. Oh, my goodness gracious.
It is. It's really a cult because they won't, he bucks and they just ride. Like, that's they right. won't. They refuse to get off, and that's just like the JWs. No matter how they buck and the train almost goes off the tracks, they're in it to win it.
That's so true. Oh man, and I've seen this post going around because you've heard it. Have you heard about these MAGA people going, "Damn it, this gasoline is like so expensive. I can't even fill my truck anymore. I am so sick of Trump. I am done with Trump." And the meme is going around out there going, raping children didn't do it. But gas prices is what gets you to separate yourself from Donald Trump. Really? Mm-hmm. Huh. Climb up on that moral high ground now, Christian ass.
Right?
Road from
Like, my
Damascus.
goodness.
Blasphemy is a victimless crime. That's true. Road from Damascus. For somebody with a name like that, I kind of find it. I agree that you have that perspective. Cool name. If you know, you know, right? We've talked about that show. We've talked about that specifically on this show. Yeah, we won't get into that now. Future Verse says, I'm sick of Iran.
I mean, what'd they do to you?
Well, unless I'm mistaken, I think you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the right-wing Zionists attacking Gaza, attacking Iran, doing all this stuff. And then if you do anything to say anything bad about them, they're like, anti-Semitism, but it's not. It's anti-Zionism. And that's what I'm tired of. I'm tired. If it weren't for Benjamin Netanyahu and the right-wing party being in charge of Israel right now, and the same thing said for the United States, our world would be so much better off. The Jason
my
Ross.
goodness, sorry.
The left didn't realize the files when they were, or release the files were when they encountered and had the presidency. Releasing anything is infinitely more than zero. The left didn't release the files when they had Congress and the presidency. They didn't actually. My understanding was because they were all sealed, as per what do you call it? Because of investigations. They had pending investigations, and they were all sealed. And then they were unsealed during Donald Trump's presidency. And then him and the Supreme Court sealed them up again. It was Donald Trump. Go look it up. It was Donald Trump's Supreme Court that sealed up the Jeffrey Epstein files. They were unsealed. They were sealed during Biden's term, I believe after Epstein was convicted or Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted, whatever. Whenever those cases ended, they became unsealed. Donald Trump's Supreme Court was the one that hid them, sealed them, whatever after that. So,
but you know what, Chris? Even if, let's say that Biden and his administration decided to release the files, they would have, and they would have put Trump's name out there. Let's say. They would have been like, oh, this is fake. Nope. That Biden's, this is all like, Biden's come up with the, they'll do a Q thing and they wouldn't believe it anyway. They won't. They refuse.
That's right. I believe that's part of the reason why the Obama administration or the DOJ during the Obama administration didn't go after Donald Trump during his initial campaign, because they were afraid if they did go after him, they'd scream, oh, political persecution. Obama's using the DOJ to go after his political enemies. They would have done that. What does Donald Trump do? Exactly everything they claim.
See? Exactly. We can't win for losing. And instead of talking about the issue, which is the children, they want to say, oh, well, you didn't do it when you had a chance. I mean, that's kind of weird. Right. Like, okay, right. I'm sorry. We didn't do it when we had, so sorry. Can we do it now? Is that cool now? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The kids kind of like us to take care of that now. Well, adults-ish now.
Yeah. It's just crazy, the ones that still support him. And, with my Facebook, I've got two different Facebooks. I got my Chris Mallard Facebook, and I've got my Daily Atheist Morning Show page. If I'm in my browser and I'm in my Chris Mallard, it's had a long time. It knows I'm a left-wing liberal nutbag crazy SOB. But for some reason, in my Daily Atheist page, I'll be scrolling along and I'll see all these right-wing nonsense. It's just bullshit. It's absolutely, and I don't know where my thoughts are often, I wonder where this Facebook poster is based. Somewhere out of Africa, somewhere out of, what was it, Israel? It was Israel, Africa, and Russia. Mm-hmm. Yeah, whenever they exposed where these people were from. And I Jesus Christ.
Or is it just a bot?
Or just about, very possible, very possible. Steve is here. Good morning, Steve. Steve, when can you come on the show? I need to get with you and see when you can come on the show and hook.
On.
So you can hawk your book of lies. I'll be alone on the show. Miss Rion won't be here next Wednesday and Friday. Kelly will be with me Tuesday. So I'll be alone Wednesday and Friday of next week. So if you want to come hang out, Steve, come hang out. Steve is an author. He's got a book full of lies because, we're atheists or something. I don't even know what it's about. I see it. I'm like, oh, no, don't look. It's smart people stuff. It's got more than 3.
Burn my eyes.
That's right. Exactly. Yeah, come join me, Steve. We'll have some fun. Let me see here. I have to book the time. Oh, no worries. Don't make it hard on yourself. None of that business. Yeah. And one of the things I'm actually going to start doing is, I know I keep saying it, I'm going to start doing that streaming where it's just me up there talking to folk all alone in the afternoon. I know I'm like, I'm going to do it today. And then, I do my show for you. Those of you who don't know, I get up at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. So I get up, I do the show here to my time. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Now it's 7:30 in the morning. I'll take a nap about 11:30, 11. Oh, okay. I'm lazy. 10:30, 11. Telling myself when I get up, I'm going to do that stream. And then I get up and I don't do the stream. I do so many other things besides that stream. Oh my God. But if I did it, I don't know. That's kind of, I really think if I did it, I would feel better about not taking calls on the morning show and just having fun and talking and laughing and taking calls there.
Yeah.
I would feel more better about that. We'll see.
You know what? You'll try it. You'll figure it out and see what goes down. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm interested in seeing how it goes. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, me too.
For you, like watching you, I'm saying.
Maybe. We'll see. Let's see if I can do this. Man-Ender-Man. Good morning, Man-Ender-Man. Thank you for joining us. Rock says, every parable had a hidden spiritual truth. A immortal body, that would be an immortal body. For this corruptible must be put on incorruptible, and this mortal must be put on immortality. Those are words. They're all words, and they're stuck together like almost in a coherent sentence. Who gave Rion permission to have a life outside of here? I know.
Oh, you stop.
You'll have to talk to Hubs. He's letting her get out of hand, is all I'm saying. Them foreigners don't know how to control their women. It's
because he's from the UK.
That's right. He's a slacker. Good morning, Jesus Freak. Let's see. We got some new faces in the chat. Danielle. Well, Danielle is not new, but good morning, Danielle. Jesus Freak. Let's see. Jesus Freak. I saw somebody named Jesus Freak. Jesus. What's that? Oh yeah, Freak on Jesus. Oh, Miss Noth. Oh no, you didn't miss anything important, Miss Erin. No, you did not. We've got new people. Some people are actually watching on the TikTok of the Talk of Ticks. And that's kind of new. So I dig it. Jesus Freak. There we go. Not offended. Don't see the need for what? Jesus Freak. What do you not see the need for? I should really. I'm trying here. Confirm you were wrong. They are not released because they were sealed. I'm American and Trump sucks. Okay. The real thing is, my concern is the people on the left want them released too. At this point, who doesn't want them released? Ooh. Let's see. BK Flex said, hi, lots of new faces. Good morning, everyone. We're fixing to go to our first break here. We're going to go top off our coffee, load a bowl. If you're into that sort of wake and bake sort of thing, it's legal where I'm from. Some jerk was asking yesterday why he may not have been a jerk. I don't know. Was asking why I had a lighter. Was going to tell on me.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Tell my daddy on me. Tell my mom. Anyway, so we're going to take a quick break. Whenever we come back, we're going to do more blaspheming and more sinning and that sort of thing. Steve asks if we can get the pup. Indeed, you can. We'll be back in just a minute, my friends.
Finnegan!
Yes, sir. Very disturbing, I know.
Fetch me Father Finnegan.
Your Highness.
You are in the presence of His Holiness, the Puppius Maximus, guardian of the sacred fire hydrant, defender of the holy tennis ball, and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poopsalop the Fifth.
You're Popedom. I heard you have a bone to pick with me.
Condoms, Father Finnegan?
No, thank you. I've got plenty.
That's what I mean. Why are you selling condoms?
Oh, you mean our Faro Sombrero line of condoms? Understood.
You know how we feel about those around here.
Well, they're not to be used by the Catholics, of course.
Not for Catholics?
No, they're part of our Sinner Gonna Sin lack of faith outreach program.
A sinner gonna what?
It's like in the tithe, but from the heretics and the heathens and the atheists.
Oh, well, when you put it like that.
But, Your Highness, this will reflect very poorly on the church.
True. You know what this means, Flanagan?
Warning label, a warning label on the box, not for Catholics in big letters.
Too subtle.
Instant purgatory if used by Catholics.
I like it. Divine branding.
Excellent, your Punctum. Would there be anything else?
That will be all. You may leave.
Okay, so we were talking to our friend in the chat. When were the files released and why weren't they released? The unsealing of 900 pages were released by the Biden administration in January of 2024, but they were held under result of a civil defamation lawsuit, Guffrey versus Maxwell. Then in July of 2025, who was president in July of 2025? The FBI case closure. The FBI officially concluded its review of certain Epstein-related leads. So that was under Donald Trump. So I'm just saying. And then we know that they've said, oh yes, we're going to release them all, and they have not. They've lied, they've obfuscated, they've hidden, and of course, again, on the left, we don't give a shit. But I don't care. I think if Biden didn't release them for whatever, I don't give a shit. We're against them all. It's actually us against them instead of you against me. Mm-hmm. But the way they play it, this person in the chat and I are against each other, but really it should be us against them. We're just falling for
like if Biden did something in there or something.
Absolutely.
Whatever. Who's in there?
Right.
Do you remember that did something get them?
Okay, there was a time when the entire MAGA right went absolutely fucking nuts because Hillary, what? Because she, I hope it didn't hurt my touch portal. Damn it. Because she had a private server in her home. For a little while, private email server in her home. That was a whole sin right there. She had private emails. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files more than 1 million times named in there. It really should be the Trumpstein files. He's alleged to have helped get girls for this scheme from Mar-a-Lago during the Calendar Girls stuff and all this other business. So, and yet, where's the outrage? Where's them guffawing, cracking their sides and being all fucked up about Donald Trump being in emails? You know? Just kind of, anyway.
All right.
Oh yeah, let's do this thing here. Let me go here, let me go here. For those of you who don't know, we do have a Discord. You can go to Discord and watch and or put up your hand and call in via Discord. The topic of the day is, should blaspheming be legal? Of course, we tend
You are connected
to
as the host.
range.
Welcome, host.
Welcome,
You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
That means shit getting real now, kiddies. Hillary's a piece of shit. Trump's a piece of shit. Please stop. Man, some of these things are hard to disagree with. After what they did to Bernie, yep, I can't really argue with that. Now, we do have, there are levels of shit. You know, there's like little dog poo that, like, you might have a little dog poo that would kind of be a thing. And then you have like Brontosaurus level dog shit like Donald Trump. They are not the same. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are not the same at all. All the lies that the right spread about Hillary Clinton, about she'd be starting wars in Iran, she'd be putting your sons in harm's way, all the things that they said she'd be doing, they've done. She'd be putting military troops on the streets. They said that. Who's putting military troops on the streets? All the things that it's just crazy. They are not the same though. Yes, Game, I like what you said. That's kind of poetical, really. Game says Trump is a piece of shit. Coffee Town Atheist, Obama was a great president. I feel so too. I think, you know what? I feel Obama was a good president, intending at least. I feel like a lot of the problems we're in now are because of Obama. Obama was too busy trying to meet in the middle. Then when he tried to meet in the middle, the conservatives would step back, and rather than forcing them to come back to the middle, he'd move and try to meet them. And then they'd step back, and he'd try to meet. And then they didn't really get as much done as they really could have. They got stuff done. They just didn't get as much stuff done. And then, well, of course, he let us. I say he, Obama. It wasn't under Obama's administration that we lost. And well, of course, I blame Mitch McConnell for that, stealing a Supreme Court seat. And then by the same token, under Donald, so Obama's presidency was almost over and we were near the end of the voting. So Mitch McConnell's like, we can't do a Supreme Court seat until after the election. And then after the election, they won, so they chose a conservative Supreme Court. At the end of Trump's conservative presidency, same thing happened, except for Mitch McConnell's going, we got to get this done before the presidency, before the election. And then Biden won, and we didn't get our Supreme Court nominee. Obama didn't press the Department of Justice, the DOJ or whatever, to investigate Donald Trump whenever they had clear indications that he was involved with Russians during his initial campaign, for what we talked about earlier, because they didn't want to be seen as being political, persecuting his political opponents, that business. So these things I have an issue with Obama about, but I love him. Otherwise, I think they're fantastic. Goats. Somebody posted goats. Curtis, good morning, Curtis. I have a little brother named Curtis. Curtis Garrison. Actually, he's my favorite brother. I got other brothers. Don't tell them. Marty, if you're watching, just pay attention. I didn't say that. Let's see. Curtis says, I'm so glad I randomly found this live. Followed, but have to go. Thank you. You have to go. He didn't even see that anyways. Later, Curtis. Thank you for joining us. William Graves, blasphemy is illegal. When we talk about blasphemy, I wish there were a way we could quantify the number of people who have been killed throughout history for blasphemy. This is not a zero number. It's a non-zero number. It's a number larger than zero. People have been killed throughout history. I just don't know. A lot of them, obviously, but let's see, John, not to mention all the pictures of the orange slathered syphilis rot in pictures with little girls. I know, right? What would it take? I don't really mean for the show to go all full-blown anti-Trump on the day, but man, it just boggles my brain why the man is even still in office. Well, we know kind of why, don't we? Part of it, really, it's the Epstein files. The Epstein files is why. Because a lot of the people in power who could remove Donald Trump are in the Epstein files. And they have been blackmailed into letting this man get as far as he have. I feel like Lindsey Graham. I mean, you remember Lindsey Graham spitting hate toward Donald Trump, and then he goes on a golfing trip, and all of a sudden he's Donald Trump's best buddy and has been sucking his ass for ever since, loyal as loyal can be. After a golfing trip. Well, Lindsey Graham's in the Epstein files. And I'm betting, if I had to bet, that golfing trip was whenever Lindsey Graham found out that Donald Trump had those files, or knew of them, and was willing to use them against him. That would absolutely explain why Lindsey Graham flopped so fast and so shamelessly. Why did these other conservatives support him through all of this stuff? It's just blows my mind. Oh, my chat wasn't rolling up. Damn it.
Because they're getting paid. They're benefiting. Yeah, because they're the axis of Epstein.
They are. A lot of them are. I mean, the last reported, I heard there were 37 members of Donald Trump's cabinet were in the Epstein files. So,
that's weird. That's suspicious.
Yeah. So, I mean, that kind of explains as to how Donald Trump has been able to get through, you know. Then, of course, there's just the absolute corruption, Coffee Town Atheist. One of 3 Trump supporters are just as stupid as the other 2. I think that's a scientific study. I really do want to get Keenan, the guy named Keenan, that psychologist. I want to get him on the show. I want to see if I can get him on the show. I'm gonna do the thing. I want to try to get him on the show. Try to get him on. Make a note. Reach out to Keenan. I'm making a note. Reach out to Keenan. Reach out to Keenan. What's that? Do it. I don't remember, but he's a psychologist, and he tells you smart people things. Repetocans, that's what they are. Repetocans, that's right. The GOP, guardians of pedos.
Is that not what they're doing?
That's exactly what they're doing.
I think it's an astute, title for them.
Here's the deal. There's a level. Good morning, Caleb Octopath fan. That's fantastic. That's a fantastic name. Good morning. I don't even know what I was saying. It was so distracting. I was going to say something that was profound. Damn it. Anyway, good morning. Thank you for joining. Oh, Keenan. I'd like to get Keenan on the show. I remember had gone that far. It was fantastic. Let me see here. Again, the phones are open, guys. If you're not a member of the channel, it's $1 a month. We're super cheap. I'm cheap. She's smart. I'm cheap. So do the thing. I never do that, Ryan. I just never say the thing. I'm supposed to say the thing, but I don't do the thing. It feels awkward. I just said the thing, and I kind of feel a little dirty. I don't like doing it in the middle of the show. I don't. So I don't even ask people for likes normally during the show. So is MAGA the new N-word? It would be the new N-word if by N-word you mean Nazi.
Yes.
Then yes. If by N-word you mean fascist, then yes. If by N-word you mean authoritarianism, yes, then it is that is the N-word. It is, yeah. Because if the conventional N-word do you remember the guy during the show the other day? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I've seen that on other shows. On other call-in shows where people get through the call-in, they get through the call-in screener. They're like, "Hey, my name's Bob. How are you doing?" And then the "Hi, Bob. What are you calling about us today?" And they just start saying ugly things. The N-word, the N-word, the N-word. Remember that one? They're just crazy people.
If you've got nothing better to do,
nothing better.
So weird to wait all that time.
Yeah, right.
Like be on hold to sit there and wait.
Yeah, especially for one of those shows. This was, I think, Justin. It was Justin on the Deconstruction Zone.
So 1,000 people could just hear that you're an idiot,
right?
Oh wow, good job.
There's this guy who's been accused of having relations with his own daughter. My understanding was against her will, but you never know. And he's also been accused of being a racist individual and being really kind of a yucky kind of person. And then he called on my show, admitted who he was, and then said racist things on my show. So we're talking about Ben Thorpe, of course. And that just kind of makes you wonder how proud of their racism and ignorance can they possibly be? It just blows my mind. I don't get it. You know what, game out here in the chat is spot on. You know what, man? I know. We've never been great. We never have. It's always been a lie. Like the Christianity is good until you find out that it's really not. Yeah, it's always been a lie. This whole programming us to think we're the Captain Americas of the world when we're not. We weren't. We never were. We just thought we were. There was a time or two when we stood up and did a good thing, but that shouldn't reflect on all the horror that's been done. You know, isn't it kind of interesting that whenever America stood up and did the good thing, the greatest generation during World War II, man, I love them. I thank them for their sacrifice. But at the time, women couldn't vote. They couldn't have their own checking accounts. They couldn't get a divorce without cause. They couldn't get an apartment without a man. It just wasn't the greatest generation. Yeah, it was less great than people like to think. Anyway, Anistat is here. Good morning, Anistat. Anistat says hello to you. I stand with Cuba and Iran. You know, I really hope they don't do to Cuba what they did to Venezuela and they're trying to do to Iran. And I never want to...
Cuba's really suffering right now.
Oh, they very much are. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it like it needs to be. Yeah.
Blackout. They don't have oil, so there's no electricity to do, operations and to get things in, supplies that they need. It's crazy. They're really trying to squeeze them out. And what's the benefit? What good does that do? You're intentionally causing people to need to migrate, to flee, and then you get mad when people show up at your borders.
Best, yeah. I'm not really sure at this point what they're. Sometimes, again, and we've talked about this before, cruelty is the point. Sometimes,
indeed.
Just to be
part of it.
Donald Trump has said that. He said something on the. Why should they're like? Couldn't you capture them? Like, why should we do that when killing them's more fun? He said things like that. I don't understand how this person is still in office. Well, forgive me. I do understand how this person is still in office. So,
how do you get away with saying killing people is fun? How can you get away with saying you'll do with Cuba? I can do what I want with it, quite frankly, to tell you the truth.
Right.
And people just stand there, like the people the journalists who stand there and say nothing. I've seen a few clap back, but they just, okay. Yeah. I couldn't hold it in I'd be throwing up in my mouth if I didn't say something.
It's when this all falls, I hope it all falls. I hope it all falls. I wonder, like, we know, Jeff Bezos. I haven't heard anything about him being in the Epstein files yet, but he's been a very big Trump supporter, and I don't think anybody should forget that after this is over. You know, because it's fully possible to remove a leader. Right. We can remove a CEO of a business. We can remove them from that CEO office and put them in prison forever. We can do that. We can render them financially destitute and turn over that money to the state for the betterment of the people. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos.
Yep. Yeah, they can set up, just like, Epstein had some kind of thing set aside to pay out his victims or whatever. We can put all that money back into programs. I mean, they basically fleeced people to get that money. So technically it's ours.
Rock says, don't forget, if you never sinned, Jesus died for nothing. #truth. That is the truth. Red Stick Atheist. Good morning, Red Stick Atheist. Thank you for the heart. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much. Wow, that's awesome. From TikTok. That's a TikToker. A ticker talker. We just recently started ticking to the talker. And so we appreciate it. And learning to mute my commercials. Listen, if you're watching from TikTok, I'll play these parody commercials and you won't be able to hear them. Just read the subtitles if you can. If I stream and you hear it, TikTok doesn't shut down my stream, it just censors my stream. So just know that's on purpose, okay, my friends? It's bad for business. It is indeed bad for business. Game says we need to tax the fuck out of the rich and the churches. Here's my thought. This is if I were to run for president, and just who would vote for me? All right, here's my thinking. All the money we spend on ICE, we should spend 3/4 of that on, like, IRS agents, and go after the rich. And the other part of that, we should go after, there's different things we should use. Oh yeah, we should go after the rich, spend all that money going after the rich. And there was another thing. I had a good one. Do you remember, Miss Ryan? I forgot what it was. So good.
Darn.
Because it was 3/4 of the money getting rid of and getting IRS agents in there. And then the other, I think, was getting special prosecutors to go after the people who betrayed our nation. And get our own Nuremberg trials going. So that all that money we should be spending towards, because it's been a war against the poor. It is an open war against the poor. They are openly murdering people with a pen by the millions. And they have been.
And sometimes just right out in public with guns. I mean,
that's true. That's true.
Sometimes it's more hidden. Sometimes it's more blatant. But it's what's happening to us as a people.
That's true. Another one of my platform things would be, you know how Donald Trump is always talking about they need to rip the FCC license away from CBS and ABC. We need to do that to Fox News, to the other ones, all of them, all of those right-wing media propaganda stations, they need to be removed. And a lot of their talking heads actually need to be prosecuted, just like propagandists during World War II were prosecuted during the Nuremberg trials. Yeah, they thought that, I mean, some of them were actually executed. They didn't know that was coming. Yeah, but when you're responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people, you're responsible for those deaths. And Fox News is responsible.
That's what I was just going to say. I want Fox News. And now that our media has been basically transferred over to a couple people,
right,
who have an agenda, they should have to somehow face, I don't know, prosecution. I don't know what kind of laws there are, but something needs to happen. That monopoly needs to be broken up, because there's no real media sources anywhere for people. I mean, obviously we kind of know where we can go because we're a little more savvy. But, you know, not everybody is so savvy or even has access to other programs, right?
Yeah, and it's just, I mean, I am grateful we have social media. If we didn't have social media, it would be almost, it was crazy to see how CBS went. How you watch them, it was crazy. And now they're like Fox 2, almost.
Is CBS the one who has the guy who always would do the stats, Harry something, and he would?
Oh yeah.
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? And he was and here's the set for this, and this is how many people approve. And now all they're talking about is how much Trump is approved by MAGA, and like the polls are all focused about like his approval in some respect and how many people approve. It's like. Yeah. Whoa, literally in a day, it's just completely flipped. That's criminal.
It is. You know, here's Coffee Town Atheist says, didn't Fox have to pay almost $500 million for pushing false information? Well, for clarity, thank you for bringing that up. No, they didn't have to. They volunteered to. They settled out of court for $750 million, so the case wouldn't continue going. Because they knew they lied, because they knew they did wrong. Ooh, $750 million. Man, that really hurt. That didn't hurt nothing. That is nothing. When we look at like the news of what money is for these businesses, I mean, the NPR, they cut out $2 billion from the NPR and they're swimming, sink or swim. What? $2 billion?
Horrible.
How the fuck, you know? I mean, these dollar amounts are just crazy. And the fact that they only lost... They should have been sued out of existence, and because we actually have the text messages, a lot of the anchors who knew they were lying to the people, they should be in prison right now for treason because they knew they were lying to the people.
Don't they have a duty to report the truth if you're a journalist? My goodness, what's the point of being a journalist if you're just a propagandist?
But that's all. Well, they actually have claims that who would really, wasn't it? Which one was it? Oh, one of them said, who would actually take me seriously as a news person? I'm just Fox News has been played off as a entertainment, not news.
Oh, yeah. Was it Alex Jones who said that?
No, but somebody like him.
One of those.
Tucker Carlson, maybe.
Somebody like him.
Yeah. So... No, they need to be sued out of existence and then prosecuted. Fucker Carlson. Yeah, Carlson.
You're right.
Yeah, they actually absolutely just need to be.
Oh my gosh.
fucking sued out of existence. Okay, so earlier when we took a break, somebody asked specifically for the pup. The pup is a good one. We've got some new people watching. What do you think they would like? Do you think they would like the postmortem baptismal kits, the foreskin restoration kits, at-home foreskin restoration kits, of course, the ghost-scented flesh candles, the heavenly halos? Let us know. Whichever one we get the two of the first, and we'll. Goats, says John. John's all about the goats. I'm actually craving goats myself. I have been craving goats. Better than ever even threw in some goats. If you're a member of the channel, you get the emotes, the goat emotes, and other emotes. All right, guys, we're getting some goats. We'll be back. Yeah, let's do it now. We'll just go a little early. We'll do some goats. I didn't think they was going to vote that fast. Here we go. We'll be back.
Have you sinned again? Oh, and it's bad this time. A chicken just won't do. But wait, you don't have a goat for your burnt offering. Oh no, the Lord's wrath is upon you.
Insignificant person whose name I don't know, you have sinned. Probably. I shall smite thee.
What do you do? You're all out of goats. She left you for another man.
Fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles.
No goat? No problem. Just light one of these bad boys and let the sweet, savory scent of burning goat flesh rise up to the heavens.
Is that goat?
It's easy, it's fast, and deluxe models even have patented technology that produces a goat screaming sound as the wick burns.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented candles. Save a goat, burn a candle.
Father Flanagan's line of goat-scented flesh candles are part of our You Do You Jew interfaith outreach program.
When you sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. When the Lord requires that snow, light a candle or you're going to hell.
And here we are. Thank you all. Hope you enjoyed that. It's snack time for the amazing Super Chris. You know how I am. Miss Non-Sequitur, you're talking about to Jemay. I hope I said that right, Jemay. Good morning, Jemay. Dragons Marine. Zippers are illegal in Israel.
Oh, brother. I'm going to hell. Oh, my God. Yep. Ah.
I was not laughing at that. I'm bigger than that. Wait till I tell the evil one. She's gonna kick out.
Oh, man. That's wrong. It's so bad.
Collapsalism. Good morning. Collapsalism says, I fucking went so hard on a Benty couple Thursday ago. Okay, a couple of Thursdays ago, just called him a loser and berated him for like 5 minutes. He was shook. Okay. All right, let me do this again. Oh. Ben Thorpe. Oh. He went so hard on Ben Thorpe. Understood. Good morning, Larry the Tapeworm. Thank you for joining us. Susweka is here. Religion should be illegal. I feel the same way. Actually, not everybody does. I'm one of those who do.
What should be illegal? Sorry?
Religion. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, when I say illegal, I mean, there are nuances to what I mean, right? I don't mean we should go around kicking everybody's door in and all that business. I just think that we should educate it out of our people. We should make religious people keep their religion in their houses of religion and not let them force it on anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
If we could prevent people from forcing their religion on their children until they turned like 18 or 21, the religion would be dead in a generation.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
New Age Templar. Cool name. On a gut level, my answer is yes, but it does create issues. Which part? Blaspheming being illegal or religion being illegal? You remember it's funny, the Catholic guy who called, Ben Thorpe, he called and he said, I think everybody should be a Catholic, but I don't think Catholicism should be forced on anybody. But you just said...
That's a conundrum.
Yeah. Oh, blaspheming and being illegal. I can understand. I why it'd be I mean, reasonable. Illegals be noctalis. Illegals being illegals. You don't mean undocumented people. I'm sure that's not what you mean. I don't know. For those of you who don't know, that's like a misdemeanor. A misdemeanor as far as a crime. Misdemeanor. Mm-hmm. Being an undocumented person in the United States. Misdemeanor. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not worth it.
And there's a process for it too. I mean, that's why there's a whole system set up that people have been following. The people that have been following it are actually the majority of the ones getting caught and dragged away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's just not worth it. We won't even go. I find the spreading of heretical beliefs to be one of the worst sins a person can commit. It goes into blaspheming on the Spirit and leading your brother astray. It would make sense that you would feel that way. Yeah. I mean, here's the deal. A lot of them feel that way, but won't admit that they feel that way. So there's that. And to me, it really does kind of make sense. It would be a sin, right? Based from their God's perspective. If their God hands down this kind of thing, then... Yeah, and it's a civil offense. That's great. And I mean, it's just such a tiny thing. It's really not worth. And then we look at the things that Donald Trump and his cabal of corrupt people have done. I mean, oh my goodness.
I mean, the people who come here and work pay more taxes than those rich people do. Guaranteed.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I mean, people like Elon Musk, he was like the biggest welfare queen. The amount of money that he has been taking from our government, and he has the right to talk about people, hardworking people who come here and blood, sweat, and tears now are locked up in a concentration camp.
He's the richest man on earth, and we made him that way. For those of you who don't know, he got contracts from the government that should have gone to NASA. They privatized NASA, and they went billions of dollars to SpaceX. Now, that's great. SpaceX is fine. But part of that made Elon Musk the richest man in the world. Had they kept that in the house, they could have spent all that money exploring. But no, they give all that money to SpaceX, and then whatever they had to pay Elon. I mean, it's disgusting. And that's not counting. How much is he charging the United States government now to put Grok in the State Department's computers or some business?
And they don't oh my Lord Jesus, our government is so dumb. Like, this is how you know they do this intentionally, because I was watching a video from Fox News when they were actually a news station, and they were reporting about the back doors that were in our phone systems, and we were basically being wiretapped by other people through our own wiretap system. And it's like they continue to do that same thing over and over, hand all our information to Palantir, to Israel, and now they want to, again, all over. What me?
I recently saw that too, about how our wiretapping system back in the 80s or 90s was actually
the 90s at least. Yeah. We
bought it from a company in Israel, and it had all these back doors, and it was given the information that, I mean,
that's weird.
Israel is, we have, I think in America, we have the wrong idea of Israel. We don't know. Not all Jews, obviously. Not all Israelis, obviously.
Not Jews. Right. Yeah. It's a certain kind of people who are the Zionists, who are basically apocalyptic thinkers.
Yeah.
They want to bring about the apocalypse. that is a problem because they are pulling all of us in. They're killing innocent people because they're bloodlust of bringing their Messiah or their God back.
Yeah, here's a point. This is a good one, Giles. Good morning, Giles. Randall Flagg says the Jetsons lied to us. Here's an interesting thought. I've seen this thing where the Jetsons and the Flintstones are actually taking place at the same time. And the Flintstones actually live in a post-apocalyptic world. Ooh. And the Jetsons are in that there. So they're still there. This is just further in the future. So the Flintstones are not our past. They're our future. Potential. Either the Flintstones or Jetsons. Depends on which side you get.
No.
Yeah. No, you know, the Templar was saying that their God is outside of time. That's fun. That means like you'd never miss their God is outside of time. They would never miss an appointment. Right. Always on time. I'm curious though. For your God, it's outside of our time. But doesn't it have a time of its own? Like, you know, like in its world, in its mind, yesterday, it didn't create the universe. And then like today, it did create the universe. So it's got its own time frame, right? And if it's got its own time frame, when did it begin? Who's its father? Who's its God? Those kind of thoughts hate the brain. They hurt the brain. They make my brain hurt. They don't really.
Mm-hmm. But for people who are trapped in that box of belief, what you just said is like, but no,
I have an interesting hypothesis for y'all. Y'all want to have a fun mind game real quick? Anybody? Let's do this. You know I'm an atheist, right? All right, so. Mind games? Does anybody know what the boson brain is? Do you know what a boson brain is? Okay.
I don't believe so.
It's essentially, I think, for lack of a better term, a brain that just pops into existence. Out of the nothingness just pops into existence. Yeah. Let me see how I got that. Well, I'm not even sure if I'm spelling it. Bolson brain. Let's see it. Brain. Oh, it's Boltzmann. B-O-L-T. The Boltzmann brain thought experiment suggested it's probably more likely for a brain to spontaneously form, complete with a memory of having existed in our universe or in a universe, rather than for the entire universe to come about in the manner cosmologists think it actually did. Isn't that weird? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Never heard that before.
Yeah. So just kind of a brain that spontaneously forms. Okay. So now we've got our universe. The cosmos is everything. There is nothing outside of the cosmos. Nothing. No multiverses, none of that business. All of that's inside the cosmos. So imagine a cosmos that's empty and void with nothing. And then a Boltzmann brain spontaneously appears. And that Boltzmann brain then creates the universes that are in the cosmos. That would be God. I'm funny.
The brain that popped into existence?
Yeah. Well, it popped into the cosmos outside of our universe and then created our universe. Now, you know, one of the things is like, how could that creature or person know or watch every single person everywhere and give a shit about them? It's like you, Ryan, knowing what every tiny little bacteria in your body is doing, what its will is, why it had an affair with that other person. We have a caller.
Bro.
I think it's Collapse. Collapse loves Boltzmann. So let's bring Collapse up. Good morning. It's been a day or three, Collapse. You need to tell Kermit. Are you there, Collapse?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Yeah, good morning.
After you, just remember when you're done here, we expect maybe within the next week or so to hear Kermit's second proof. Just remember,
You guys
don't
are
forget.
ready for my second proof.
Almost, yes.
I don't know if you heard them in the background.
Yeah, we're almost ready. So we've been working. Okay, so you like the Boltzmann brain though? What did you think about my God being the brain, being the universe God creature?
Well, you actually touched on it. What I was going to add to it, that it's more logical that you're a Boltzmann brain than what it took for you to be an existing person today. Like, just you have to think about like what it took for your parents to meet each other, for their parents to meet each other, for their parents to meet each other. You just recycle that all the way back. And
all the way back.
It's literally more likely that you're a Boltzmann brain than you're physically here right now.
See?
But that's all I had. You already said it.
Oh, no, that's cool. I mean, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like a Boltzmann brain every now and then. I wonder how you would know.
It would explain so much, but I don't have much to add. I just wanted to add that, say hello and good morning, and have a good weekend.
Well, hello, good morning. Have a good weekend. Go away.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys later. Hate you. Bye.
See you later. He hates us and wants us to die. Yeah, so I mean, would we all be Boltzmann's brains? Or am I the only person that's real and all you people are not real? Or are we all not real and whoever's watching right now, Ryan, we're not real. You're the real one. Yeah, that's what I thought you said. I hate you, bye. We got a super chat, I thought. Say that again, Miss Ryan, I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
Ah, gotcha. We got a $5 super chat from Atheist Mechanics. I'm not sure if anyone else has seen it, but Chuck Norris passed away today. Oh, he did not. Chuck Norris actually defeated death today. He's going to kick death's ass.
Yeah, he's just going to beat the Grim Reaper. He'll be back. Don't worry.
All right.
He'll be back on the third day.
Yeah. That's funny. It's amazing. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's true. I presume it's probably true. But yeah, that doesn't sound.
I thought he was selling some kind of machine that was keeping him young and fit.
But not alive. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So it says he's hospitalized in Hawaii, but so far, I often find the news on Facebook of things like this faster than I do in the real news. Yeah. Death chucked. Chuck didn't death. You're probably almost certainly true. Yeah. The one I'm waiting for, and I don't want to say it out loud. Do you know who I'm waiting for, Brian?
What?
Which person besides Trump, of course? I don't want them to die. I really wish transhumanism would get here in time for it to save them. But I anticipate seeing unfortunate headlines for both William Shatner and Patrick Stewart. William Shatner especially. He's like 94 years old. 95. William Shatner's up there. And he's busy, though. He's doing stuff.
He still keeps him, and that keeps you alive. So good for him.
Yeah, that is going to be 94 years old, March 22nd. So his birthday is day after tomorrow.
Oh.
Happy birthday,
He'll
William.
be 96?
Yeah,
Or
95.
95? Oh,
95 tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. There's a difference between having personal opinions and having the inclination to cause them. I have one, but not the other. I'm lazy too. But you seem cool so far, New Age Templar, so cool. We dig it. One of my earliest movie memories is I think it was Enter the Dragon. Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. Chuck Norris gets killed. Right. Yeah, and how old is William Shatner's 94, almost 95. James Cleveland. Good morning, James. Every person processes a different world. You're right. There's actually a word for whenever a person realizes that other people also have an entire world that they're living in. You know, most people just focus on my own shit. They don't actually stop and go, you know what? Ryan has a whole day when, you know, I mean, there's all this thing that when they realize that the other people have a world. That's also part of empathy, being empathetic, being able to sense and feel other people's emotions. And that's part of the thing that is missing in most of the MAGA fascist kind of people. As according to Keenan, he'll tell you, I'm going to contact that guy. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie to you. He'll tell you. Let's see here. Dick Van Dyke is 100 and still dancing. Is he? I thought he was dead. I'm sorry, Dick, if you're watching, man. I thought you were gone.
That's crazy.
I vaguely remember Chuck Norris liberating GI from post-Vietnam. Me too. I could have swore there was... I mean, I remember Stallone going back and rescuing, but... Oh, man, is it... Oh, Delta Force. Was it Delta Force? No, it wasn't Delta Force. I like Delta Force. Delta Force. They had the really cool flying motorcycles, I believe.
Did he become a crazy right-winger?
Who's that? Chuck Norris?
Norris.
Not that I know of, but maybe. Yeah, it does say he passed away.
He did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we first saw the message, thank you for the super chat. You kind of know at that point, even if you're not saying that. Again, most of the time, that's how I find out things. So, the one thing, time.
Time is on my side.
No, that's the one thing you can't outrun. That was what William Shakespeare talked about a lot, was how time is there stalking you all the time. Odie is here this morning. I thought I smelled something. Good morning, Odie. It's Odie. Yeah, Odie. Let's see.
Odie.
Yeah, every person appears to process a single word. You know, word differently. You know, those are kind of things too. Have you ever, is yellow the same for me as it is for Ryan, as it is for you guys? Is red the same? I've had those thoughts. Are colors the same? That sort of thing. And also, as far as words, you did say world, but words are the world. Everybody processes the world differently. That's true. But words as well. People who speak different languages think and have different personalities for each language is something you can go look up. I wouldn't lie to you here in front of all these people. I might.
You probably would.
Let's see here. Larry the tapeworm, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing great.
Hi, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
How's your tapeworm? I guess he is a tapeworm, so he doesn't have a tapeworm. He is a tapeworm.
He is. All the world's a stage. That's right.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Our life is like a movie right now.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Oh yeah, Afro Man. I saw his big win. Didn't he have a big win in court against the police who were harassing him?
Yes, he did. Yep. Well, they arrested him under try to false stuff or whatever, and then he wrote a song about it, and they tried to sue him for. Yep.
Lemon pound cake. Cop was stealing his cake in his house. Like who breaks into somebody's house and then eat their pound cake?
I mean, but who doesn't, right? I mean, if you were just there, it's there, you're there alone and scared. It's a romantic moment between him and the pound cake.
I guess so. I just mean the audacity. Like, oh my God, raid his house and like eat his food. Oh, brother.
Absolutely. He fucked that key. I fucked that cake so hard.
Oh man, yeah, cool. We appreciate you. That was a really cool thing for me. And thank you for standing up. I'm glad he won. Like, I was actually surprised at how well it went in his direction, and the way they were crying up on the stand. I was like, please give me a break.
The police about how they were victimized.
Yeah. Now you know how it feels when people are like victimized by the police, like a gang of people who can do whatever they want to victimize one person. Like now you're just feeling some of what that feels like.
Just some of it. Yeah. Dick Van Dyke. I love Dick Van Dyke, says Danielle, and Tim Curry. Those are a couple that I'll miss when they pass. Tim Curry, I didn't know he'd had the stroke. I think he had a stroke or some business a few years back. Right. I didn't know that until I saw it. Until I did know it, I guess. I was surprised. He'd been that way for some time.
Might have found out on the show at one point.
I think so. Something like that, yeah. He's still working, or was still working, still doing the thing. I'm Size here. Bree's here. Good morning, Bree. I hope you're doing great.
Good morning, Bree.
For those of you who don't know, whenever the show is over, it'll kick you on over to Ember's stream. Ember has cool stuff going on today. Pardon me, I'm chip burping. Let's see, Jeremiah 0105. What makes you think a book that was rewritten by false kings 37 times in the last 2,400 years is even real? That's a fantastic question.
You wonder.
Jeremiah, upon reading your name, that's not what I thought you were going to say. I know, right? Jeremiah 0105 was some sort of scripture, and I was like, okay, here we go. Is it the fool one? Is it the one about a fool? Fool not knowing or some business, a fool denying. Like, well, if a fool's smart enough to figure it out, why can't you figure it out? Anyway, so yeah, good morning. Battlestar Galactica stinks. Why does it stink? Which one? Which Battlestar Galactica?
Hypatia.
No.
The blasphemy.
I would really like to have Starbuck on the show. Like any of these people would come on the show. Now, here's the deal. Have you seen any of The Mandalorian? Yeah? No?
I don't think so.
I saw the first season. I haven't seen anything more. Maybe I saw a couple episodes of second season. I don't know. But she's in it. Katie Sackhoff. She's in it.
Right.
Now, The Mandalorian, it's like their whole thing is to not take off their helmets. Super tradition. That's the big thing. Don't take off your helmets. Don't take off your helmet. So they run into her and her little splinter group of Mandalorians, and they're not wearing their helmets. They don't really stick to that tradition and all that business, you know. So, you know, apparently her character is not really that much into tradition. Then the sword of all swords, the dark sword, is handed to her. We give you this sword, and with this sword you now rule all of Mandalorians everywhere. And she refused to take it because in order to take the sword, the tradition is you have to kill somebody and take it from them. Really, you're the person that won't wear your fucking helmet, and yet now all of a sudden you won't take the sword because... So there's kind of a logical problem I have with how all that went down.
Yeah.
Hypatia Stanhope says The Mandalorian might be the best Star Wars show. I agree. I haven't seen all of them though, but that's the only show I've seen really. Just the movies, and the show. And if you're old enough to remember the original 4, 5, and 6, and then they come out with 1, 2, and 3, and how sad and disappointed we were with Jar Jar Binks, and it was sad. It was a sad day. Yeah. I actually like Jar Jar Binks, but for the wrong reasons. Because I'm an actor, and I feel for the actor who was in the place, and he got all kinds of hassle, and yeah.
Oh, really?
I would have liked it had they kept him and made him Darth Jar Jar.
Ooh.
That would have been fantastic. The one with Jude Law. What was that one called? Remember, I know what you're talking about. I'm going to play something here in a minute. We're going to take a break, and whenever we come back from that break, I'm going to play something I talked about on the show last week. And it is Christopher Hitchens. Disassembling the Catholic Church. So, yeah, we'll do that. I don't like mayo. Good morning. I don't like mayo. Says morning, just here to do some blaspheming. Awesome sauce. That's what we're doing. That way, if I'm wrong, at least I won't spend an eternity with Christians. Ain't that the damn truth? True enough.
Smart move.
How's it? At Amy or Amid? Amid, is that all we got? How long you been here, dude? How long you been here? Really? You've been here that long and you're like, is that all you got? You haven't even seen my parody commercials. You haven't even seen Father Flanagan's line of foreskin restoration kits or Father Flanagan's line of inflatable altar boys. There's so much you've missed. And no, that's not all we got, by the way. But now we're not going to show it to you because you don't deserve it. Let me go here. I will find this real quick. And then, now, Miss Ryan, I got to ask, do you have any plans for the weekend?
Nothing other than probably recording a video. I'm going to try to record some videos.
Okay.
But other than that, I have some organizing I need to do on my channel. Like, I hate my playlist. I hate it. I hate it all. I hate it all, and I want to change it all. But I need to figure out how to organize it because I have so many thoughts and ideas. I need to. It's hard for me. My brain. It's just not good, but it needs done. Mm-hmm.
I have a playlist problem myself. I just kind of don't pay attention. I try to just go on. I don't look at it. If I don't look at it, it won't look at me.
I know.
You know what I mean? And yeah. I know. So. CLC says Christopher Hitchens was formative in my deconstruction. Mine too as well. Let's what should we do here? I'm gonna do this one here whenever we come back. Oh, did somebody want something earlier? We did goats. We didn't do postmortem. We did
Jesus Christ, John.
John is not Jesus Christ. Oh, Father Flanagan's anal beads double as a rosary. Oh, that's a great idea. They should vary in size.
I'll buy some. They should vary in size, and then you could have some that just vary in size where it starts small and then just gets like
exactly right.
Bigger.
Yeah, and vibrate. Do you have a loved one who's on their deathbed, but they've yet to give themselves up to the Lord?
Are you sure you don't want to come to Jesus?
No.
This is your final chance.
No. Worried they're headed to the fiery pits of hell.
Your very last chance.
No, I've been wicked and sinful. I deserve to burn in the hot place.
As you wish. Farewell, my heathen husband.
Farewell, my... Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of post-mortem baptismal kits. No more worries about being miserable alone forever. Be a good Christian and share that eternal pain and suffering with the ones you love. I'm in hell. Not as hot as I thought it'd be. Kind of feels like Houston, minus the humidity. Hello. My favorite drink crafted to perfection. Ooh, and some dank ass weed.
I can't bear to be down on my face chanting, holy, holy, holy is the Lord, every day, all day, for all eternity, by myself.
Wow, is that George Carlin? And Alan Turing, look at that. Carl say, oh, I am so honored. You've been my hero since I was a kid. Neil deGrasse Tyson, what are you doing here? Oh, I get it. I get it. Schrodinger's heathen. Very cute, you. Very cute. That's fantastic. Oh, what is that? What is? It's holy water. Oh, it burns. No, this isn't where I want to be. Pabst Blue Ribbon and a Marlboro? No! Father Flanagan's post-mortem baptismal kit. Dead kid tested, Mother Teresa approved. Is that the Pope and John Paul? Jim Jones and Jimmy Swaggart, huh? I could see that coming. Neil deGrasse, what are you doing? Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord.
Thanks, Father Flanagan.
Damn them to an eternity in heaven for only $59.99. They wouldn't appreciate it, but you'll feel better. And that's the point, isn't it? Get yours now. Your heathen loved one's time is running out. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. This is some bullshit. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord. And we are back, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, the Prestige 85. Thank you for joining us. It's hilarious. Probably talking about John or the commercial. I'm not sure. But good morning. We've got Georgie Prestel. I hope I said that right. Georgie Prestel in the chat says hallelujah equals Allahu Akbar. Yeah. God is good. Praise God. Yep. And then we got Midnight Black in Victoria right over there, sitting in the back. Says, as a Christian, I say no, it should not be illegal. Free will to choose right and wrong. It's not righteous if it's forced. It has to be chosen. Thank you for that. Also, used car salesmen posing as preachers, started the hell is fire and brimstone myth. There is no fiery hell. Hell is just death, infinitely ended. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah, there's several of them who a lot of people feel that way. A lot of theists feel that way. A lot of them feel it's, there's one where it's just dead, like the Old Testament, where you just died and you were dead. But then there's some who believe it's like some sort of removal from God's presence, which is painful somehow. Does that make sense? Have you heard that?
I've heard that. I've heard people say that.
Yeah. There's always got to be a threat behind it. Not always, obviously, if we listen to our new friends.
I'll be so sad without God.
With the cool name. Yeah, that was a cool name. Who would be sad without God?
I mean, we're without God right now. Right. You seem all right. Yeah, you just imagine he's there.
Let's see. Moz. Good morning, Moz. It's Christian. It's not free will if there's a consequence to not choosing. That's true. Yeah, that's the whole thing with, thank you, Jess Tracy, for subscribing. That's the whole thing about the whole free will and God's omnipotent. Do we have free will? If we have free will, then God knew we were going to do these things and knew we were going to go to hell and knew what, then he just created us pretty much to go to hell. Interesting. There's more to it than that, but let's see here, my friends. I imagine Hercules is with me, says Hypatia Stanhope. Do you remember, who was it? Don't tell me. Harris. His first name Sam Harris, who said that George Bush talks to God. If you say George Bush talks to God through his hairdryer, how is that any weirder than George Bush is talking to God? Back when George Bush, Yeah. When you stop and think about it.
I agree. Same difference, right?
Only a little different.
Nothing's happening. Well, the one, you're probably drying out your skin, so don't recommend.
True enough. Wodenson, good morning, Wodenson. Thank you for joining us. Obi, let's see. People are engaging with Obi. I mean, Odie, you can. I mean, I feel like the person's probably like underage, I would bet. Maybe like a teenager at best. It's one of those don't feed the trolls. But you can feed them all you want. God is universal law personified, says Midnight Black in Victoria. That's an interesting perspective. God is universal law personified. Okay, I get you.
Is that why the world's so screwed up? I think maybe. Well, you know how I think maybe this is what's going down. I could be wrong.
You haven't seen Babylon 5, but in Babylon 5, they talk about how the universe itself is kind of God. It is God. There is no God creature. It is itself God. And I took that to mean that God is universal law personified. It's sort of the same thing, is that they've taken that universal God and brought it into their person. But, they're theists already, so I don't know. Maybe they don't mean that. I don't know. Yes, exactly. The universe. That's the whole thing. It's a complicated deal. People are screw-ups. It's funny whenever you think about it, especially from a religious perspective, from the Abrahamic religions. God creates humans, hates us, we're bad, destroys us, creates us, hates us, we're bad, destroys us, hates us, smacks us around, does all kinds of, hates us over and over again. Ooh, I had a conversation with somebody. It was in my chat, and they were talking about how bad it was that atheists are bad because we eat babies and we support the people who die. I'm like, wait a second, you're wrong group. And then we're talking about child sacrifice. Remember, we always talk about the Moloch and all that business. It wasn't a Moloch, but really, when you stop and think, I know. When we think about it, I mean, Christians don't like child sacrifice. That's horrific to do child sacrifice. Except Jesus was a child sacrifice. God sacrificed his only begotten son. That's a child sacrifice. That's literally, if you're a Christian out there and you're watching, you worship the event of a child sacrifice. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, that was the last sacrifice. That's why it was a big sacrifice for him.
Yeah.
How? He can just create kids. He proved it with Job. With Job, it doesn't matter what kid you have now. You just get new ones. So how was it a sacrifice for him?
Right. Let's see. Jews sacrificed Jesus. That's a funny thing. Yeah.
Romans.
They didn't. The Romans executed Jesus. I appreciate you. Future of Earth, you're my hero. But the Jews didn't sacrifice Jesus. They rejected him as their king. And because he was trying to claim they were his king, they rejected him. And I guess they sent him to the Romans to be executed. Something like that, but they didn't accept him as their king and then go, oh, hey, take our king and execute him so we can be absolved of our sins and not have to kill animals anymore. They didn't do that. That's not what happened at all. As funny as that may sound, it didn't. I bet Jesus smelled like wet sandals and armpits. Yeah, and was it John that had locust breath? I think it was John.
Oh yeah, he ate locusts and honey.
They probably all did. Yeah. That's right. If God sent himself down to be sacrificed, does that mean he had morbid tendencies or just a king? Hit me again. Hit me again.
I mean, truly, how is this a story where people think this is divine?
Right. Oh my goodness.
How a divine being, if this is how a divine being does something, I don't think they're as divine as you think.
Right. And it's funny, these people who all talk about divine or free will and all this, for people get free will and God doesn't want to interfere with the free will. And yet they pray for things which, if their prayers were answered, would in fact affect other people's free wills. And then you also have to ask yourself, is the giver of a moral, just, objective law, why would to that person the free will of a child rapist murderer be more valuable than the free will of the child to not be violated? When you're talking about free will. And if that's your answer why God doesn't do anything, but when you look at God throughout the Bible, he doesn't really do a lot for free will. He actually intentionally makes people do what he wants or threatens them with high violence throughout the Old Testament. If he's either threatening them or forcibly changes their heart in the example of the Pharaoh, who he actually changed his heart. And it begs the question, if he could change the Pharaoh's heart, why couldn't he change the hearts of all the people in Judea whenever Yeah, he could have, but he didn't. He just let them all be slaughtered because he's a merciful, loving God. That's what they do when you're merciful.
That shows you that there's more choices than the ones that humans like put before. Like,
that's right.
There's so many choices that God could have done venues, but he chose the hard road.
He did.
He enjoys it.
He's a slacker. John says free will is going up 10% across the universe because of the tariffs. I suspected that was what it was. There should be a I did this President Trump sticker beside all free will as it goes up in price. Nobody here hates God. Who hates God? Hey, let me ask you, Odie, if I can ask you. Do you hate Darth Vader? I mean, I hate God with the same level of hate that I hate maybe Darth Vader or the Emperor or any other creature or person that doesn't exist. You know? Yeah. Theists worship Voldemort. In a way. Yeah, he's coming back.
Like
right?
his followers think he's cool.
Yeah. He's got his, what are those things called? What are the things called that? He's got to break his. Yeah, Jesus is coming back once he gets all of his things together. Like, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, so I don't really remember. But he's got these things, Horcrux. His Horcruxes, yeah. Jesus' Horcruxes are, once he gets them all back together, he'll be back or some business. Yeah. So, Tyrant 10,000. Good morning, Tyrant 10,000. Man lives 100 years, but you know God. Man lives 100 years, but you know God. I'm not sure who you're talking to. Not me, because I don't know God. And I ain't 100 years old. I'm barely 50. Don't be mean. Don't be ugly. I told the wife last night about Odie calling me atheist grandpa. Hey, gray-headed atheist grandpa or some of this business, whatever he's called.
Yeah, whoever that was. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was Odie. I was like, but I told him, I was like, I'm not a grandpa. And she's like, are you sure? I haven't talked to my adopted son in like 2 years outside of happy birthday, so I don't know. Would he tell me? I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe I am a grandpa. Constantine the Great was Christian only at the very, very end and only for power, only because his empire was actually falling. The Christians were going to rule either way. He was choiceless. It was a losing battle. It was convert or die. Well, not really for him, but he was actually dying anyway, if I remember. I wasn't Constantine on his deathbed when he died. When it wasn't Constantine, it was. Yeah,
we don't even know if it's true because when Eusebius he rewrote some of the stuff about him, so that could have just been something he added to make it better. Yeah, he just saw an opportunity to use this new wave of religion to. Yeah, gather all the peoples together, all the fractured states or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Lil of all trades says, I'm an atheist grandmother and I'm only 41. See? Yeah, I mean, hey. See?
Yeah, my mom was a young grandmother.
Really? I wanted to be a Firefly reference. Whenever in the first episode of Firefly, this guy's go, hey, grandpa. And he's like, I'm not a grandpa. Or no, he didn't. He never says I'm not a grandpa. He says, I never married. And the guy doesn't get what he's saying. He's like, he's not a grandpa because he never married. And he didn't have children and didn't have grandchildren. So despite looking like a grandpa. And then he gives Kaylee the strawberries and she eats one. She'll, grandpa. And he smiles. I never married. It's good shit. I think what we're going to do, I will run the Holy Halos whenever we close up the show here in a minute, unless you guys want something else. I'll close up the show with the funny today for those of you who've been generous enough to hang out for the show. Father Flanagan's, the Holy Halos is Bark Bank, first episode 1 of the Bark Bank. For those of you who are unawares, let me read our super chats here. We did get a super chat today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was from the Atheist Mechanics. I'm not sure if anyone else has seen it, but Chuck Norris passed away today. Rip a legend. I am sorry to hear that. Very, very sorry to hear that he passed away. Anyway, I'm sorry about that. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having spending your week with us. Ryan, thank you for spending your week with me.
Thank you.
I hope you have a great weekend. I'll come back after the commercial, and just because I kind of got it, and I'll tell you bye, and we'll see you later, my friends. Next up in the bark bank, a clergyman with a holy hustle and maybe a few unholy loopholes.
Hi, Barks. Blessings and belly rubs to you all. I'm Father Flanagan, and today I'm here seeking $50,000 for 3% of my soul-saving startup, Holy Halos, the world's first, soon-to-be, church-approved condoms. Following the ways of the Lord can be hard and often require sacrifices of the flesh. Well, fear not, my wayward child. Introducing Father Flanagan's line of Holy Halo condoms.
Hold on, Father. The church very much doesn't like condoms. How do you expect to sell these?
Well, you're right, but these aren't just any condoms. No, my furry financiers, these are permeable. But every single halo has been dipped in holy water, a divine divider between you and sin. You can finally frolic freely and still keep that sweet spot in heaven. Permeable, but dipped in holy water to keep the sin out, but let the babies in.
Let you get your stick wet without getting your stick stuck.
If you know what I mean.
Oh my! Very embarrassing every time.
So basically they don't work as condoms, but they let you get away with having sex without going to hell?
Exactly. The church gets to keep making babies, but you don't have to keep going to confession. Think of it. No more guilt. No more awkward "I'm saving myself for marriage" speeches. With Holy Halos, you can take those pray hands and turn them into lay hands.
Didn't I read that holy water is full of bacteria like E. coli? Won't this be harmful to women's health?
The words are English, but I don't understand the question.
How are you addressing the issue holy water presents for women's health?
Again, I'm not understanding.
She does that. Well, we don't get it either.
Is that mesh from a window screen?
Ah, that's a keen eye you have there, young lass. Yes. Another fine selling point, rough on the outside to increase her shame, as it should be, but soft and smooth on the inside, internally lubed and ribbed for his pleasure. We even have custom scents.
Scents? Now you have my attention. What flavors we talking? Don't pitch me that vanilla missionary nonsense, Padre.
Well, we do have virgin vanilla, but we also have miracle mint and cooing camel, and my personal favorite, sweat of the Savior.
And the Vatican, they've blessed this endeavor?
Well, not exactly. I'm still waiting on the papal decree one way or the other.
I love it, but you're asking 50 grand for only 3%. That's rough, Father, real rough.
Not running with the big dogs on this one. I'm gonna stay on the porch.
Me too. Good luck, Father. 15%.
Ouch, 15%, that's highway robbery even for the church.
Come on, Father, we're dogs. We know a bone when we see one. 10%, and we'll even bless your branding.
Look, meet me in the middle, 7%, and I'll baptize all your puppies.
7% works for me. Father Flanagan, it looks like
Wait a second, our producers say we have a special call-in bidder. Let's get him up on the screen. Folks, we have the guardian of the sacred fire hydrant himself.
Oh no.
Defender of the holy tennis ball and eater of the golden kibble, Pup Oliver Poops a Lot the Fifth.
Flanagan!
Yes, you pooped him.
50,000 at 20%.
20%?
And you get to keep calling yourself a father.
Sold to the pup in the very fine hat.
I knew you'd see it my way.
You're very wise, Your Hiney. Would there be anything else?
He may leave.
Father Flanagan's line of holy halos, ultra thin, spiritually thick. Available in 3 sizes: conservative, medium, and liberal. All right, Lil of All Trades has a 4-year-old grandson. Congratulations, Lil of All Trades. Obi says, great grandpa atheist, why aren't you with your wife and children? Is that why you're so lonely? Yeah, I look like a lonely person. I'm sure I am. The evil one is my wife, and she'll be here this evening. Yeah, she's fantastic. I'll tell her you asked about her, though. We got a couple of late super chats from Kelly. Thank you. Kelly says, love you both for $5. We very much appreciate you, Kelly. And Collapsalism through $5 at the grandpa. Says here, grandpa. Thank you, Collapsalism. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Sin safely, my friends. Stay tuned for Ember coming up in just a minute.
Got a house that smells like old cheese and shame. Father Flanagan's flesh candles change the game. Goat-scented thrills for your soul's delight. Light it up, baby, make your room right. When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Confession booths, busy, no need to stress. Light a candle and forget your mess. Gross odors vanish like sins in the wind. With each wick, guess who's your new best friend? When you've sinned and need to atone, light a candle and avoid the stone. Smell the goat in a holy zone. Father Flanagan, here to set the tone. Lambs and calves may have their day, but goat's the scent that leads the way. Clean your slate with a sniff so pure. Father Flanagan's got the cure. Turn your home into a saintly space. With every whiff, find redeeming grace. From your living room to the kitchen sink,